Do you take pride in where you live? Do you appreciate the fact that people come to your island on their hard-earned vacations or on their weekends off and just have a lot of fun? Galveston is beginning to clean up its image, but we really need to start focusing on the seawall. The seawall is an image that really needs help being cleaned up. The seawall stretches across 54,790 feet of Galveston's coastline, and 5 million tourists visit Galveston each year. The majority of these tourists are spending at least a little bit of time on the seawall or on the beach near the seawall, seeing its image and seeing the shape that it's in. And they probably aren't as impressed with it as any of us are. There's really no reason to be impressed with it. So don't you wish that we could improve this image to get people to want to come back more and more, and to just help this island, to generate more money in this island by getting more visitors because we have a nicer seawall? The seawall is horribly paved. It has potholes, insufficient lighting, and no public restrooms are in sight. Despite these conditions, tourists still flock to the island en masse. They use our beach, they use our parking spots, they litter, they really just do all kinds of things that don't really help us, and we're doing plenty to help them. They're using our place of residence, our home, and treating it pretty terribly. I can't say all of them are, but there's a good amount that really just don't do what they need to be doing to keep this place nice because they don't live here. What installing parking meters on the seawall would do is generate revenue from these types of tourists and give us something from them that they aren't giving. It's a small amount of money out of their pocket to help Galveston, to help the city, and help us do things that will make them want to come back even more and make us happier to live here. So if you vote yes on May 14th for seawall enhancements, here's what you'll get. Public facilities such as restrooms, lockers, and picnic areas. Restrooms so that you're not having to walk across the street to the different vendors and shops and trying to use their restrooms. A lot of the time these shops and store owners won't let you do that because you're all sandy and wet and they don't want people like that in their place of business. Lockers so that you can lock up your belongings and not worry about them being stolen. And picnic areas so that you can have your lunch and not get sand all in it. A nice little table to eat with your family and have a nice time. The revenue generated from these parking meters will also help to hire people for beach maintenance. People that will take care of sanitation and litter control, walk across the beach, pick up all the trash and everything that all these tourists have left behind. Things that we wish people wouldn't do, but it's the reality of life. They're going to do it anyway. So we can use this money to help that, to benefit that, and get rid of this trash and just make it a nicer place. We'll also have the money for beach nourishment. Every year the tides come in, the waves crash against the shore, and it takes the sand and it pulls it back out to the sea, causing erosion. And the money generated from the parking meters can help generate revenue for this for beach nourishment, which will help us put sand back in where we need it. Keeping jetties and things like that hold the sand there, revetments and other things. It really just helps to keep the beach looking nice, and that's the whole idea of this seawall enhancement, is to enhance not just the seawall but the beach and the island in whole. We'll also be able to put up outdoor lighting and hire night security, which will help visitors and residents feel safer at night when they're on the seawall and when they're on the island, because Galveston isn't always one of the places you want to be creeping around at night too much. So with all this said, you might ask what the plan for all this is. Meters will be placed every 300 feet on the north and south side of the seawall. They're not going to be put at every parking spot like some people seem to think. That's a big lie. There's going to be spaced out evenly so they're not cluttered everywhere, but they're going to be close enough so you're not trekking all the way across the seawall trying to find your parking meter. Parking will cost a mere $1 an hour. $1 an hour to park, $8 to park all day from 10 to 6, and you won't be charged before 10 or after 6. A small amount out of your wallet just to help this island. A 1-year parking pass can also be purchased for $25. That's a little more than $2 a month to park all you want. It's great for residents or people that visit the island all the time. A plan will also be put into effect to prevent visitors from parking in residential areas that are near the beach. The Galveston Police Department is going to set up districts of houses near the beach, and they will enforce these districts, and they'll give out parking passes for the people that live there, and they will tow cars that are parked in these areas without parking passes. So with this money being generated, you might ask, where all is it going to go? Well, 75% of this is going to be for seawall enhancements alone. 75%, 3/4 of it, is just to make our beach nicer. 15% will be held in reserve for capital improvements, and a mere 10% will be used for administrative costs. So with these parking meters in place, imagine a beautifully landscaped seawall with special paving and nice stones laid down, ornamental grass and trees and palms, shade structures to get out of the hot Texas sun, decorative statues like the ones we already have, vending areas like hot dog stands, snow cone stands, beverage stations, tables for your picnics, and so much more. There's no telling what this money generated can do for our seawall. So vote yes on May 14th for seawall enhancements, something that this island has needed for over 90 years. Take pride in where you live and do what you can to help. For more information or to donate, visit www.seawallenhancements.com.